Chapter 5 Fight to the Death. Buck had the spirit of a wild beast. He was uneasy. He continued to hate Spitz, but he didn't show his feelings. Spitz knew it. Buck was his enemy. Spitz would pick fights with Buck. A fight between them would be bad. One of them would die. One cold night, something surprising happened. Buck made his nest in the snow. It was warm and comfortable. He hated to leave it, but Francois was handing out fish. Buck went over to get some of the food. Buck finished eating. He returned to his nest. Spitz was resting in it. This made Buck very angry. He attacked Spitz. His fury surprised them both. Spitz was eager to fight. He circled back and forth. Buck was eager too, but he was also very careful. Then came the surprise. Starving huskies came into the camp, a lot of them. They came in while Spitz and Buck were fighting. Perrault and Francois jumped in with their clubs. The huskies showed their teeth. They were crazed by the smell of food. They upset the food box. They yelped when the clubs hit them. But they didn't quit until all the food was gone. The team dogs burst out of their nests. The fierce huskies attacked them. Buck's head and shoulders were slashed. Billy was crying. Dave and Solex fought bravely. Perrault and Francois hurried to save the sled dogs. The huskies moved back. Buck shook himself free, but it was only for a moment. The two men rushed to save the rest of the food. The huskies attacked the team again. Billy jumped through the circle. He ran away as fast as he could. The rest of the team followed. Later, the team came together. They looked for shelter in the forest. They were wounded. At daybreak, they limped back to camp. The huskies were gone. The two men were upset. Half the food supply had been eaten. Francois looked at his wounded dogs. "Ah, my friends," he said softly, "those dogs hurt you. You have all been bitten. Will the bites make you crazy? What do you think, Perrault?" Perrault shook his head. There were 400 miles to go. He needed the dogs. It would be bad if any of them went mad. Finally, they began to move again. They traveled for 6 days. The days were filled with danger. They went up the 30-mile river. The temperature was low. It was 50 degrees below zero. The water in the river was wild. It made the ice soft. Perrault fell through many times. He would get wet. Then he would build a fire. He had to dry his clothes. Once the sled fell through the ice. Dave and Buck almost drowned. They were half frozen. The men had to save them. They built a fire. Both dogs were coated with ice. Buck's feet were not as hard as the others. He limped in agony. At camp, he lay down like a dead dog. Francois rubbed his paws. He did it for a half hour. He made shoes for Buck's feet. Finally, Buck's feet grew hard on the trail. The shoes were thrown away. Dolly went crazy one morning. She jumped straight at Buck. Buck ran. Dolly chased him. She was snarling. Francois picked up his axe. He hit it on Dolly's head. Buck was surprised. He fell back. This was Spitz's chance. He jumped at Buck. He sank his teeth into him, almost to the bone. Francois gave Spitz a whipping. "He's a devil, that Spitz," said Perrault. "Someday he'll kill Buck." "That Buck is 2 devils," Francois replied. "One day he'll get mad as hell. He will chew Spitz up and spit him out." From then on, it was war. Spitz was lead dog. He feared Buck would take his place. Buck looked forward to a fight. He began to challenge Spitz's rule. There was always trouble. Buck was always at the bottom of it. They stopped in Dawson. They rested for a few days. Then they were back on the Yukon Trail. Perrault had messages to deliver. They were very important. They made 60 miles in one day. But it hadn't been easy. Buck destroyed the team spirit. The dogs fought all the time. One night, the team was chasing a rabbit. Spitz left the pack. He took a shortcut. He got to the rabbit first. Buck pushed Spitz hard. They rolled over and over in the snow. Buck was sure this fight would be to the death. Buck dove for Spitz's throat. Spitz protected his neck. He knew how to fight. He would bite back at Buck. Spitz wasn't hurt. Blood was flowing from Buck. The other dogs watched. They waited. They would finish off the dog that went down. Buck had an idea. He swept in low. His teeth closed in on Spitz's leg. There was a crunch of breaking bone. Then he broke Spitz's other leg. There was no hope for Spitz. Buck jumped in and took him down. The other dogs swooped in. Buck stood and watched. He was the champion. He was a wild beast. He had made the kill. He was happy.